What's up guys, it's your Money Cat. In this video, we'll be talking about Amazon as they just announced their earnings report for the previous quarter, which was just phenomenal. But bigger than that, Jeff Bezos announced that he'll be stepping down as the CEO of Amazon. So we'll definitely be focusing on that as that is a big deal. First, taking a look at the quarter, I think most people expected Amazon to report great numbers as they are well positioned to benefit from the continuing pandemic. Earnings per share, Amazon came in with $14.09 per share compared to $7.23 estimate. That is almost double the estimate, so really good numbers for Amazon. Revenue-wise, it came in at $125.56 billion versus $119.7 billion estimate. This was also the first time that Amazon went over the 100 billion revenue mark. So overall, just a fantastic quarter, even by Amazon standards. Now onto what I consider to be a bigger news. Jeff Bezos will be stepping down later this year. That will be in quarter number 3. And in place of Jeff Bezos comes in Andy Jassy. Even though Jeff Bezos is leaving as CEO of the company, he'll still be involved in important Amazon projects. So there won't be a sudden change in company's direction. We're going to talk about who Andy Jassy is because when I invest in a company for long term, there are two things that I prioritize over anything else. So one of them is the company's vision and company's direction. Where is the company headed? What is the company doing for the world? And number two is I look at the company's CEO. Obviously, I don't know these people personally, but I try to find out about them, what they have done in the past, what their leadership skills are like, what their leadership style is, what their working style is, and what their peers say about them. So let's get to know Andy Jassy a little bit more. He joined Amazon in 1997, so he is a homegrown CEO, meaning that he knows the Amazon culture. He knows how Amazon works, and I think this is really important for Amazon because this preserves the continuity of what Amazon's trying to do, its vision, its direction, while also sprinkling in Andy Jassy's own kind of style, his own spice, if you will. He was also instrumental in creating Amazon's Web Services, AWS, making it into a powerhouse, and he is currently the CEO of AWS. Jassy is known as Bezos' second in command, his shadow advisor, meaning wherever Bezos went, Jassy was there. So I think on most things, they see eye to eye, so there won't be a big change even once the CEO changes hands. Jassy helped build AWS starting in 2003, and this AWS has grown into such an important part of Amazon. It generates over $40 billion in annual revenue, and even though the sales are only 13% of Amazon's total sales, it counts for over 60% of Amazon's operating profits, meaning the profit margin is much bigger for AWS than the other services Amazon provides. So if this change in CEO means Amazon will be pushing AWS further with new inventions, new technology, then I think that's a good sign for the company as this clearly is one of the most important sectors among Amazon services and one of the key sectors likely going into the future. Jassy has some high recommendations from his peers. It says at one point, Steve Ballmer wanted Jassy to be the next CEO of Microsoft, and there was also rumors that he was in the running for Uber CEO position when it was vacant. If both Microsoft and Amazon wants to tap you as their next CEO, you gotta be doing something right. So I have very high expectations and very high faith that Jassy will do a great job as the next CEO of Amazon. If you want to know a little bit more about Andy Jassy's work style, I think you can kind of peek into his philosophy, his style in this Q&A with Goldman Sachs that he did before. Starting around 3 minutes 22 seconds, he goes on to answer some questions about how companies can continue to invent and innovate. And lots of his answers are very similar to what Jeff Bezos wrote in the letter today. So again, because he's been working in Amazon for so long and he embodies Amazon's culture himself. Next, we'll take a look at Amazon's charts and do a technical analysis. This is aftermarket today. As you can see, there's lots of ups and downs, and that's because of the good earnings report that they announced, but I think the shock of the news that Jeff Bezos will be stepping down. Currently, it is just slightly up, but you can pretty much call it flat because if there was no announcement about Jeff Bezos stepping down, I think these numbers would have been enough to send the stock way up, kind of like how Google is up right now. So in a way, I think this was just the perfect timing to announce of the CEOs changing, because those great results, it kind of acted as a buffer. It counteracted the possibility of this shocking news of Bezos stepping down, possibly causing a downslide in Amazon stock. Let's look at Amazon on 180 days for our time frame. I mentioned last time that Amazon is forming a symmetrical wedge pattern by lower highs and higher lows. Now, recently, right before the earnings report, Amazon did break to the upside, which is really good sign for Amazon. We're kind of in a stalemate after the earnings report and the news announcement, but the fact that we broke to the upside at the resolution of symmetrical wedge pattern, I think that will provide enough strength, along with great earnings numbers, that Amazon will continue to climb up. Notice that we are forming a new pattern at here, starting here, making higher lows and potentially higher highs. So even if Amazon drops, I think as long as it does something like this and continues to make this higher lows and higher highs, that is a good sign for Amazon to continue on its upward movement. In the short term, my target for Amazon is reaching back to 35.50. I do think that is easily reachable, as that is only about 5% away from where we are today. Moving on to 1 year daily time frame, you can view this as the flag pattern. Amazon had a great run up, and here it consolidated, perhaps even going down a little bit until the resolution of this wedge pattern and heading on upward again. This is also supported by this green line, which has caught up. This is the 180 days moving average. It has caught up to the bottom side of where the price was recently, so it provided even more support, which could help Amazon to continue its drive up. Overall, I don't think Bezos stepping down changes really anything in Amazon's outlook, because Amazon is so entrenched in our daily lives and it is at such a powerful position. Jassy has so much cushion even if he makes some mistakes. And I'm not saying he will. It sounds like he obviously knows what he's doing and he will be a great fit for Amazon. But even if he does make some mistakes, Amazon provides so much cushion because of its current status and its power. So Amazon will just continue to climb up like the juggernaut it is.